Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. It's worse than I thought. Let's get started and talk about it. Okay, I have a heating, air conditioning company and plumbing company that audits everything at my home, make sure everything's working properly. I just had a plumbing audit. Everything's working fine. There's no urgency of fixing things now, but I need to keep them on my radar. I wanted to share with you what this particular gentleman told me. First of all, my water heater is quite old. It's about 15 years old. I've heard people say after 15 years you should replace it. That is something I'm planning on doing in 2025. It is currently working. I've heard some people say replace it before it goes out. I've heard some people, I wait till mine goes out. You might have another good 5 years on it. You let me know your opinion on that, because it could go out and leak, or it could go out where you just don't have hot water. That one wouldn't be as bad as long as it's not on a cold winter day. The only thing is the particular gentleman that told me that I need to replace my water heater sooner than later said that there's an electric component that I need to have an electrician come and do, and I don't remember what he told me. I have it in writing though. He put it in writing. But I need that done first so that everything's up to code. Also, my washer and dryer, the hookups to it, are not up to code either, and so I would need them replaced, and they can do all that, but I would need to have the electrician. So that's probably something I'll be doing in 2025. It's not an urgent need, but it is something that needs to be done, and I do want to make sure everything's up to code. So that's number one. Number two, he also said, well, some people have lead in their water, so we also have a water filtration system we can put in. And I'm like, oh great, another place I can spend money. Now you're going to love the third one. Okay, the third one is, he said this house was built when, and I said 62. He said all your pipes outside, he said, is not when they're going to collapse and basically, not work anymore. It's not, he said they're going to at some point. Okay, and mine are working fine because number one, anything that I had roots like trees or bushes in those areas, I had that yanked out. We haven't had any roots in our line and everything's flowing fine. And he said, well, just to make sure there's no roots in your line or anything in there, we can put a camera down there. Just to put a camera down there, it's $500. I thought there's no reason to, because everything's flowing fine and I don't have any issues. So I thought, that's the one thing, guys, when you get these audits, they're well-meaning, but they want you to spend money. And sometimes they can institute a little bit of urgency that's really not urgent. It's things you should have on your radar, but it's not something you have to do right this second. And so when you have these folks out, it's time to do your research and make plans, but it doesn't mean you have to urgently make a plan unless there is an urgent need. So I'm not tearing up my yard and putting in new pipes, and I'm not getting a water filtration system. The other thing he said is my toilets are really old and it would be good to replace them. I do think one of them could be replaced because it does kind of sometimes leak on the bottom, even after recaulking it and then also taking it off and re-putting it back on there. So that's a possibility. But right now, I'm trying to set priorities. That's the biggest challenge with your home, is setting priorities. What's the most important thing that I need to do right now? Okay? There's so many things you can wait on, but there's some things that are not good to wait on. And when it comes to plumbing and electric, I would say those would be the things. So this gentleman kind of basically gave me advice on things, but if he had it his way, I'd have a new water heater and I would have a water filtration system, all new pipes, new toilets, and who knows how much all of that would cost. No wonder people are in debt, right? But don't let anybody put fear into you guys. Remember, always do your research, get more than one quote. You don't have to rush with this, but think of it this way. They're giving you information, and then you can decide what to do about it. So I have decided that 2025 I will be replacing the water heater and my valves for the washer dryer, make sure everything's up to code. So I want to hear from you guys. Have you ever had any kind of audit done at your house and found out all the things they want you to fix and all the things they want and how to spend money? I sure have. That's all I have to say for now, everybody. I love you, I appreciate you, and I hope to see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye, everybody.